Now, when it comes to leave it, there's a couple of different methods that we can utilize. But regardless of which method we utilize, there's going to be a couple of things that remain constant. One of those is going to be, I'm going to have 2 treats, one in each hand. And that's because one of them is going to be the treat that entices her, the one that she's going to go after, and also the one that I'm going to ask her to leave. The other treat is going to be her reward. Once she stops trying to get the treat in this hand, and she puts her focus back onto me, asking me for guidance and direction, that's when I'm going to give her the treat from this hand. Now for this exercise, I'm just using a little bit of cheese. You can use whatever reward system that you want. I do have a video on the different reward systems and how to eventually wean them off of them so that you don't need the treats anymore. But again, you can use whatever reward system you want, and for this one, we're using just a little piece of cheese. Now for this method, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one that's in my left hand, the one that she's not going to get, and I'm going to put it on the table in front of her. If she should happen to go towards it, I'm going to do one of 2 things. The first thing I'm going to do is put my hand over it, such as this. She's going to try and get around my hand, get under my hand, all that stuff, try and get it. The moment that she stops looking at this hand and puts her focus back onto me, then she's going to get the treat from this hand. And the reason that I want to have 2 different hands is because what I don't want is to be forced into a position where I have to repeat myself. If I say, leave it, leave it, leave it, then eventually the command is going to become, leave it, leave it, leave it. I don't want that. I want the command to be, leave it, and when I say that, that means leave it for good. Like, stop it. Because if we're ever in an emergency situation, she's chasing something, she's chasing someone, she's going to eat something dangerous, and I tell her to leave it, I want her to know that that means leave it for good. Don't wait a few seconds and then go get it. So that's why I have 2 different treats. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. Again, treat she's not going to get. Letting her smell it, letting her get a little taste of it. Leave it. Good girl, that's what I love. There is a slight variation to this method that we can utilize in order to get her back into the groove of things so that we can continue our exercises. What that is I'm going to take the treat that's in this hand, the one that she's not going to get, and I'm going to loosely hold it in my fist so that she can smell it, she can taste it, she can know that it's there. But the moment that she puts her focus back on me, that's when I'm going to give her the treat out of this hand. So let's give that a shot. She's smelling it, leave it. Good girl, good girl. Perfect. Leave it. Good girl, good girl. That's what I like to see. So, as you saw, I held it in my hand, I let her smell it, I let her taste it, and all that good stuff. And then I just said the word leave it once. And I waited until she figured it out. The most effective methods when it comes to dog training is to let them figure it out themselves, because that's how it's going to imprint the strongest in their mind. So I put it in my hand, let her smell it, I said the command one time, didn't repeat myself, and waited until she tried to figure out, okay, how do I get this? And looked to me, then I gave her the treat out of this hand. Another important note is we want to, as I mentioned outside, we want the dog to think. We want this to be a mental exercise for them. So we want to give them the opportunity to go for it. And then if they do, we offer that verbal correction, the or we close our hand a little bit tighter depending on what method that we're using to convey that this is not what I want. Think of something else. Again, we want them to think for themselves and figure this out. I would recommend starting small with treats or cheese or something of that sort,
no distractions or limited distractions, and then build up from there. After the dog starts to get an idea for what you're asking, then we can start adding more high reward treats and things of that nature. Then we can start applying it to dogs and people outside and things of that sort. You want to practice, maybe if you can, 3 to 5 minutes per day. And what you'll see is that within a day or two, the dog is going to start to get it. And then as long as we can build that duration, how long they can leave it, and that's going to be the key. We say leave it. In the beginning, like we did outside, we're shoving a treat in their mouth right away. After we see that they start to get it, then we can start asking them to leave it and waiting a moment before we give them a treat. And then waiting a little bit longer and waiting a little bit longer and keep challenging them. That's going to be the key to this whole mental exercise, is that we keep challenging them. We make them wait longer. We use higher value rewards. We put the rewards in different places so that the dog is constantly having to think about what you want when you say the words leave it. So thanks for watching this video on how to teach a dog to leave it on command. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments below. Please also smash that like button, and don't forget to click that red subscribe button. Join me on this journey of some minor dog training where I teach you how to train yourself to better train your dogs.